What if ancient wisdom wasn't some dusty old thing for sages on mountaintops? What if it was actually hidden in plain sight, right inside the very words we use every single day? That's the amazing idea we're going to explore.
Let's kick things off with a word we all know and, let's be honest, probably feel a little too often: conflict. But here's the crazy part. What if the key to handling it, to navigating conflict with real wisdom, was hidden right inside the word itself? That's the fascinating premise we're diving into today.
So this really powerful idea comes from a book called Everyday Tao by Ding-Ming Dao. And what he does is he revives this ancient way of looking at the world, not just through text, but through the pictures that actually make up Chinese words. They're called ideograms.
See, in this ancient script, a character isn't just a letter. Nope. It's like a tiny picture, a whole story, and a life lesson, all rolled into one. It's like a visual guide for how to live a more balanced and harmonious life.
All right, so let's dive in. And we're better to start than where all life begins: the natural world. Let's see what lessons are waiting for us there.
The ancients, they saw deep wisdom in the simplest things. Just take a look at the sun.
So the character for sun, it's pronounced ri in Chinese, is pretty much just a drawing of the sun itself, a simple circle that represents the source of all our light and all our warmth. It's that direct.
And the lesson here? It's just as direct. As the book says, we can seek our own center, the source of our own power, and be self-sufficient. The sun doesn't pick and choose, it shines on everyone. It's a powerful reminder to find our own inner strength and just share it without bias.
Okay, so let's build on that idea with another really powerful symbol from nature, the pine tree. Now this is where it gets really cool. The way this character is built is just fascinating. It takes the symbol for wood and combines it with the symbol for lord or gentleman. So the pine tree literally becomes the gentleman of the trees.
And that just perfectly captures the whole idea, right? The ancients would teach their students to stand like a pine, to be constant, to be unafraid, and to stay rooted in your ideals no matter what kind of storms life decides to throw at you.
Okay, so we've seen wisdom in nature, but what about in our own actions? Let's take a look at how these ideograms show us the Tao in the things we do every day.
Let's think about something super fundamental, like growing rice.
So the character for rice, or mi, it's another one of these amazing picture words. You can see the cross shape for the stalk of the plant, and then those 4 little dots, those are the grains. It's beautifully simple.
But the lesson packed inside this simple character, it's huge. Because growing rice demands one virtue above all others: humility. You have to bend over to work in the field, you have to wait patiently for the seasons to change, and you have to accept the storms you just can't control. Pride has absolutely no place in a rice paddy.
And Taoist wisdom isn't just about peace and quiet in nature. Nope, it also has some incredibly sharp, practical insights for navigating conflict.
Okay, let's look at the character for aggressive. What do you think that would look like? Maybe a weapon? A clenched fist? Well, you might be surprised. The ideogram for aggressive is actually based on the wolf. But wait, it's not what you think. It's not about being cruel. The Taoist ideal of aggression is about being wise and shrewd, being almost supernaturally aware of your surroundings, and acting decisively without hesitation. It's the exact opposite of acting on blind, reckless impulse. It completely reframes the word.
And this leads to one of the most brilliant, kind of counterintuitive strategies in Taoism captured in this saying: I dare not lead, but always follow. I start out after my opponent, but arrive before he does. See, this isn't about being passive. It's about blending with your opponent's moves so perfectly that you can actually anticipate what they're going to do and gain the upper hand.
So when you follow this path, this journey through words, it ultimately leads you inward, right to the core of who you are.
And the character for loyalty is a perfect example of this. It shows us the way.
The way this is put together is just, wow. It's so insightful. The ideogram for loyalty is literally the symbol for middle, placed right on top of the symbol for heart. A centered heart. That's the real meaning of loyalty. It's not about blind obedience. It's about a heart that is absolutely true to its own center.
And that, of course, brings us to the heart itself. For the ancients, the heart was the source of all truth.
Okay, get ready, because this is a huge idea.
For the ancients, there was no separation between the heart and the mind. Thinking and feeling, logic and intuition, they were one and the same thing. Just think about what that means for our own modern lives, which can often feel so divided and fragmented.
So, what this whole journey through words really shows us is that wisdom isn't out there somewhere. It's right here, encoded in the very fabric of language. And I'll leave you with this one last thought from the book. If you want to know where the soul is, ask yourself who is considering the question. It's a beautiful little puzzle that doesn't point to an answer, it points right back to you.